You may have seen her on the TV a couple of weeks ago with Mike Thorpe. The book A Life Less Sugar by Amanda Tiffen. And Amanda just happens to be, of course, from Christchurch, and she joins us on the show right now. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
Now, do you know what I want to start with? Because obviously there's been, you know how I think now sugar's the new fat. Do you know what I mean? Like if you think about in the early 2000s, even a couple of years ago, everyone was marketing products around, 95% less fat and all of that kind of stuff. Is sugar the new devil, or has it always been the devil?
Sugar is fine in moderation, but the problem is we're having far too much of it. And when we have far too much of it, we have effects, and often negative effects on the body, like weight gain, health issues. So I think, sugar is fine in moderation and in a small amount. You can't just go free for all.
So what made you, where did you get to in terms of making a decision that you had to do something?
Well, it's been my whole life, to be perfectly honest. Since I was a teenager, I started to gain weight, bit by bit by bit. I was never a fast weight gainer, but just a slow weight gainer. And, I was never quite happy with my weight. I would do weight loss programs, I would lose weight, but then I would gain it. Well, I could never sustain it. I was never in control. And then when I was in my late 30s, I think it was 39, I'd pretty much given up completely on losing weight, and I figured, well, at least if I could control it and gain weight slowly, then I could be content with that. And then I was watching on TV a documentary. It just came up on my screen. Is Sugar the New Fat? And it showed Nigel Latta going through the aisles of the supermarket, picking out packaged foods, showing that these foods had sugar in it. And I was like, wow, never thought of that. And I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose, so let's give lowering the sugar a try and see what happens. But I never actually thought that I would lose weight from it. When I got down a dress size, I thought, well, that's it, I won't go any further. But I'm happy with what I'm doing, so I just continue to do it. And as I continued to do it, the dress sizes just kept dropping, and it turned out to be the easiest thing I've ever done.
20 kgs.
Yeah.
That is incredible. So for people out there going, what kind of sugars, do you cut out everything, even the natural sugars, or what? How do you manage it?
Sure. For me, my added sugar, I probably have about a couple of teaspoons a day, and
Right.
that's in my high cocoa chocolate, because I like my chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a low sugar, high cocoa. And then I also have cut down considerably on my natural sugars, because what I've come to discover for me personally is if I go hard out and nuts on too much fruit, I will get bloated, I will feel sick, I will gain weight. And unfortunately, that's just me. And I do know that I'm not alone, but yeah, that's me. So for me, I cut down on my added sugar and my natural sugar.
It's incredible just how much sugar is in so-called healthy food, though, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
vegetables, and God, we're always told to have our fruit.
But yeah, I think as you were saying though, Amanda and Fitzy, as we're saying that you've also, I suspect as well though, we have to almost be careful that you don't just tell people that sugar full stop is bad for you, because
that's right.
remember that's what happened. As I said, that's what happened when it was, and I'm not saying that the no sugar thing is fashionable, but it became fashionable to buy products that said 95% less fats, and then lo and behold, 10 years later, it's like, actually, there are a lot of fats that are really good for you.
That's right, but the problem with most of these low-fat foods, they were pumped full of sugar. Not all of them, but quite a huge substantial amount. Like low-fat mayonnaise has a huge amount of sugar in it, whereas full-fat mayonnaise has a tiny amount.
Exactly.
So it's crazy. It's crazy.
It just pays to look at the back as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Forget about what's on the front. The front is marketing. The front is there to draw you into buying someone's product. Forget about it. Look what's on the back. That's where the important information is. And don't just look at the nutritional panel. Look at the ingredients, because often sweeteners are not in the nutritional panel. And sweeteners, some can make you sick, some can make you gain weight, some are okay, but I personally would rather have real sugar than sweeteners.
Yeah.
At least I know what's in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone wants to, read about your journey and find out a wee bit more, you've got some recipes in there as well. The book is called A Life Less Sugar. Amanda, where can you pick it up?
All good bookstores and online. It's everywhere.
Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for sharing your journey, and I'm sure that there'll be plenty of people that have learned from this and are inspired by you. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
No worries.
8 to 9, this is The Hits.